Good morning from the sun coast of Florida. Today is Tuesday. I don't know the date. Do you know the date, honey?
Sometime in the middle of...
It's early October, right? All I know is Hurricane Michael is churning up the Gulf Coast towards the panhandle of Florida. But here in the sun coast, we just have like a little breeze. Not enough to even move the tarps. And it's nice and cool. I hope the people in the panhandle do okay. I hope it gets some wind shear and just poops right out, but it's not looking great. But I opened up a wonderful glaze firing this morning. I've been watching John the Potter, and a couple other people as well, but just watching his youthful excitement and energy around making pots helped to get me back into it. And so I've done a little bit of copying of his work, just because I was inspired to do so. So that's why the finger grooves up the mugs and up the vase. And that's why the metallic green and the buttercream, because I liked the way they work together. And I think it's the metallic green that does a lot of the dripping. It's got some heavy metal in it or something. So these pots are primarily standard ceramic, Mediterranean mist from the bottom up, metallic green from the lip down, and then buttercream from the lip down. And they came out really pretty. I think they're very, very much Florida colors, and the folks are going to like them. For anyone who's never watched my videos before, I use mostly high water clays, that's stoneware. All of these, except for the two platters, are speckled brown stoneware. When I bisque fire to cone 04 slow. It takes a good 12 hours. And then when I glaze fire, I generally preheat for about a half hour. And then I glaze fire to cone 5. And I hold it at the end for 15 minutes. And I've been pretty lucky with this glaze firing recipe, so to speak, and the glazes that I'm using now, and the clay. It all just seems to be working in my studio, in my scut. So you never know what'll happen in your own space. So, a vase, 4 mugs, a couple of coffee pour-overs. I didn't get any clogged holes. That one I split the rim. Couple of berry bowls. I didn't get any clogged holes. Berry bowls on plates. I tend to make my berry bowls tall and skinny. I don't make them robust round bottom bowls, because in the past when I've done that, sometimes the edge of the berry bowl would hit the edge of my plate. I had to be too finicky about measuring everything. I'd prefer just to be able to do this and have it work every time. Another thing I do on the berry bowls, I'm doing this on a tablet, is I cut those little grooves in the foot so that the water drains out nicely. Real easy. Just take a hole cutter and just slice it off. You could use a straw, it doesn't matter. So I thought that came out nice, and then I made a couple of big platters because they're easy to make and they come out pretty cool looking, and it's something that can stand up so that when I'm doing my display at the Illumalina rally, I'll have a few big pieces. That one is Mediterranean mist, metallic green, and buttercream, just like the other pieces. And then I made another platter. This is pale seaweed on Bella's Blend white clay. And usually when I make this combo, I use Potter's Choice seaweed to make the spiral in the middle. But this time, since I had the bucket open, I used metallic green, and I think that part of it worked just as well. I think my pale seaweed, I'm at the bottom of my bucket, I think it needs to be remade. It's not quite as beautiful as it used to be, or I didn't put on enough. I'm a little rusty. But it's supposed to look like that handle. If I had put a little bit more on, it would look more like that. And you can see it's just a little sparse here and there. But I mean, it's beautiful. I really like these colors. And yay! Now if I can get it in camera. Ha ha! The face mug for my granddaughter came out beautiful. She asked for blue. She got sort of pale green eyes and white buck teeth. And I think this little face came out real cute. Thank you, Potter's Journal, for inspiring me to make her face mug this way. It's even got a profile. Okay. And David's beer mug in the beautiful blue that he requested. Now if I can just, there we go. Came out great. Indigo Float by Potter's Choice over Turkish Amber. Turkish Amber from the bottom up at an angle. Indigo Float from the top down at an angle. Indigo Float inside. I think he's going to like his beer mug. And then I had this utensil holder, and it had shells on it, so I thought I wanted to do something just totally neutral with it, and I just tried buttercream. And the utensil holder itself was made with speckled brown stoneware, and the shells, I impressed a real shell on a piece of clay and put it on. They were done with Bella's Blend, a white stoneware. And so the color, I don't know if you can see it in this or not, it changed the color just gently. The shells kind of look like real shells because I just kind of stained the lines of the shells a little bit and wiped it off. So it's kind of a three-tone look because I used two different clays and only one color, one glaze. It's kind of cool. Somebody might dig it. It would look nice in my kitchen. Okay, so I'm babbling. Here's the kiln opening. Potter's Journal. You might be interested in this Mediterranean mist. You probably wouldn't use it as dark as I do. You might thin it down, but it's just as good and just as reliable as sea mist. So if you're looking for a good medium blue, I've used it before, splashed anything on it. Standard Ceramics cream, Standard Ceramics iron red. It does all kinds of wonderful things. It's never failed me. It's always mixed well, played well with other glazes. I've never, since I've used it, 10 years, I've never had it drip. How about that? Okay. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.